So, I would feel around my breast, especially that spot. And at the time, I didn't feel anything. It just felt really tender. Well, as my life got, more busy, and you guys are privy to that, I got more busy with you all. I got more busy with the business. The stress increased. I wasn't eating regularly. I have lost a lot of weight. According to my doctor, I am underweight right now. So I've been having to drink Ensures, but that's not because of the health concern. That's because of the work-life, home-life balance that has been thrown off since this business started. And I've been juggling you guys and juggling that business, and I haven't been taking good care of myself. I haven't been eating, sleeping, any of that, because for me, business is first, and I can eat and sleep later, and then later never came. And I didn't even realize I was losing so much weight, but it just happened so quickly because I just worked so hard, and I love to work hard, so I got caught up in it. So I didn't really notice anything anymore. The pain was still there, but I didn't notice a lot. Eventually, the pain kind of intensified, and I would feel around, and it's just like, well, I know how my mom described what a cancerous lump feels like. She said it should feel hard like a rock, and it shouldn't move. It should, I shouldn't be able to push it around. Well, this didn't feel like that. It started to feel swollen up under there, but I didn't feel any one centralized hard mass. It just, right up under here, just felt swollen. So I thought, okay, I'll monitor it, but my body's changing. It'll go away. About a month ago, I felt something. I felt something. And then I was in denial. The day, July 26th, is the day that I found out that Natasha and Andrew booted me out of the business. July 27th, which was a Saturday, I was a mess. My family insisted that I come hang out at my uncle's house because they were playing poker and stuff. I put on a bra. My same normal bra that I usually wear. It's like my go-to bra. And this titty was spilling out of my bra. This one was normal. This breast had grown twice in size. It was so noticeable that, because one breast is always bigger than the other one. Men, if you don't know that, us ladies have one bigger titty. This has always been my bigger titty. But I can see it. And if I point it out, you can see it, but you won't see it otherwise. Well, no. My mama was like, girl, that's a pregnant titty, and that's your regular titty. It was spilling out. It was swollen. The whole thing hurt. It was tender to the touch. It was hot to the touch, as if it was infected. That's how infections feel like, warm to the touch. I was scared as fuck, but life was lifing. I was dead on the inside because of what Natasha and Andrew did to me. Dead. I was dead. I died. And my body was freaking out because of the trauma. I couldn't even process it in my mind. I haven't felt that much trauma and pain since my first trauma. At 6, 7 years old, when my father got locked up. The same thing I felt then, I felt now. The shatter of your psyche when it's just too much pain and you can't. So I went that whole week, and I was trying to tend to the business because I had to review the contract, reached out to an attorney, prepared myself for a fight. Because that's what Dina does. She fights. I believe it was last Saturday night, I had a dream. And I won't go through that whole dream, but it was a reoccurring dream. And at the end of the dream, I escaped. I've had the dream before. It's not one of my favorite dreams. However, I escaped from this dream after an encounter with a demon. And I didn't even know that I could escape from this dream because I've been having it for so long and it's just been the same reoccurring dream. I didn't know that there was more to it. But at the end of this dream, after the demon said something to me, I won't repeat it because that's for me to know. There was a hole in the fence in front of me, and I climbed through the hole, and there was a car waiting for me, and I hopped into the car and I drove off into this city, and my hands were shaking, but I was so overwhelmed that I had escaped from this dream that I've been having for years. That's always disturbed me. And I drove off into this golden city. That's what it looked like. A city in the sky, in the sunset. Everything was gold. And the dream disturbed me because by last Saturday, it's no longer just swollen. I have a lump in my titty. It's a lump. And it was about this big from here to here. A lump this big, this wide in my titty. And when I lay down in my bed and I look at it, I can see it protruding from my breast. That's how big it was. It's like the size of a cherry tomato in my B cup. I don't have a lot of titty. It was huge and it was painful. And it got to the point where I can't lay on my back. I can't lay on my side. I start having to prop my pillow up under my titty to give it support. Because you know, if you lay on your side, your titty gonna fall to the side, and the weight of that lump in my titty would just fall to the side and was heavy, and it was huge. And so I woke up from that dream last Saturday, and I went into my mother's room because we do live here together, just me and my mom. And I sat on her bed and I said, Mom, I had a dream last night. I always have dreams. It's a part of my gift. And I told her about it. And she was like, that's interesting. I had a dream too. It was Mom, Dad, Queen. Now, on my mom's side of the family, those are the relatives that we lost. Both of my mom's parents. And she has 5 siblings. One of them has passed away. She wasn't even the oldest, but she passed away from complications from drugs. And so when she mentioned those 3 in her dream, my heart sank a little bit. But I let her finish her dream. And she said they came to the house, which is this house, because this was my grandparents' house. This was the family house. So a lot of memories are in this house. So it's not ironic if in her dream they were at this house. She said they came to this house and they were taking stuff out of the house. And she was trying to talk to them, but they weren't talking to her. They were just coming in, taking stuff out. And she was frustrated with them. And she was like, why y'all ain't hear from me? You know, how dare y'all come here and don't talk to me? And because she missed them. And she was like, you know, my Aunt Queen didn't say anything, but she had the look on her face when she was annoyed. It's a look that she used to make when she was mad, you know, scrunch her face up. She said, Queen did that, but ain't pay her no mind. Almost as if, Brenda, this ain't about you. And she said when they were done, they went outside, they got in the car, and they drove off. Now, when she said that, because we both had these dreams the same night, when she said they got in the car and drove off, and I got in the car and drove off in my dream into a city in the sky, I sat on my mama's bed. feeling the throbbing of pain from this lump in my breast. And I said, okay. I see what these dreams mean. I have a lump on my breast. Y'all have come to get me. Prepare for me. And she went to church, and I went in my room, and I sat with myself the rest of the day, making peace with the fact that I had cancer. I didn't need it to be diagnosed. I sat on the edge of my bed. You know, I didn't need to lay down to feel it. It was literally right there, feeling this huge lump in my breast, thinking about the dream, thinking about everything that I had just went through. And when Andrew and Natasha betrayed me the way they did and tried to steal that business that bore my blood, sweat, tears, and spirit, they took from me my desire to live. So I made peace with myself, because I assumed that happened because God was trying to detach me from things of this world, from the business, from people that I might want to hold on to. I thought that he was preparing me to exit, which is why things were being taken from me. So I sat in there in my room and I made peace. And so I prepared myself for my departure. And I decided, I'm not doing chemo. I'm not doing radiation. I'm going to go out on my own terms. And before I let cancer wreak havoc through my body, I will give myself the grace to depart on my own terms. I will take myself into glory. Because I got to have the last laugh and the last word to the end, and I can't let nothing defeat me. I'm a fighter. I'll follow my own sword before I let anything say that it defeated me and took me out. And then I decided how that was going to happen. I decided I can't tell my family what's going on with my body, because they're going to want me to live. And I don't want to.